Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good day or a night or afternoon or whenever you're watching this video. It is a very cold and rainy day where I live today, so I thought it was the perfect time to film my top 10 favorite horror movies since rainy weather always makes me think of horror movies. So I'm super excited. Obviously you can guess what my number one is. My shirt. The Shining. It is my absolute all-time favorite horror movie. The cinematography, the acting, everything is just absolutely excellent in this movie. The set design, the accuracy to the book to a certain sense, they completely changed the ending, which I know Stephen King was not happy about. He actually, from what I have heard, does not like the movie. But I have no idea. I don't know him personally, so I'm not sure what his feelings were. I've just heard that. But I read the book. I read both The Shining and Dr. Sleep, and I watched both of the movies, and I love both interpretations. The book is absolutely fantastic. The movie is just, there's something special about it. Jack Nicholson does a killer job, literally.
Here's Johnny!
In the movie. He's fantastic. He's one of my favorite older actors to watch. But yeah, my favorite moment from The Shining, there's so many different moments, but creepier, but I love him in this scene, is Wendy is swinging the bat at him and she's like stay away from me, and like his whole monologue during that time, and he's slowly creeping up the stairs toward her.
Stay away from me. Please. Don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Stay away from me.
It's just, and at this point he's like very unhinged. So it's very scary, but the acting is like so powerful in that moment. Like I could just imagine in theaters when it came out, like everyone was like on the edge of their seat, like waiting to see what was going to happen, especially if they hadn't read the book prior. But I just can't say enough about that movie. I know it's kind of weird, but it's one of my comfort movies. I literally, like, if I'm not feeling good or if I just want to feel cozy, I watch The Shining. I love it. I know it by heart. And a lot of the lines are actually like direct, like quotations from the book. So I thought that's pretty cool. So that is my number one favorite horror movie, The Shining. And throughout this, if you haven't seen these movies, there may or may not be spoilers. So that is, most of these are older. So I think I only have one newer movie on there. So just be warned there. And we're gonna move on to number two, which is the original Halloween. And I wanna say it's 1979, but from the 70s, Jamie Lee Curtis. It was a very low budget film, and it completely just changed the horror genre forever. I mean, it was one of the first like real well done slasher flicks, in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of a slasher flick. Wow, say that 5 times fast. But it's a genre of horror that I do have a lot of respect for. There is a formula to it. There's different ways you can make it work. But what I do appreciate about the Halloween franchise in general, I'm not going to talk about the newest ones, but this first one, the original Halloween, is so iconic, so amazingly done. And I honestly kind of like the fact that it was a low budget and they weren't really expecting people to like it. That kind of makes me like it even more. Like the original Halloween mask was a Captain Kirk mask that they just like dyed the hair and they spray painted the mask. Like it's things like that, the ingenuity of old filmmakers that I love. And I think it was Jamie Lee Curtis's first movie, if I'm not mistaken. It's just like, it gives you that vibe, that fun feeling, the fun slasher. I don't know if anyone else considers that fun, but I do. It's not horrifically violent. kind of just spooky and fun and scary. But the music, the score is fantastic. I mean, John Carpenter, the whole movie, like just, he did a thing. So my favorite scene from Halloween is the blonde kind of, I don't know, is it disrespectful to say ditzy nowadays, but you know what I'm talking about. The kind of like cheerleader girl, not that there's anything wrong with cheerleaders. That girl though, that stereotype that she plays. I love when her boyfriend, well, she thinks it's her boyfriend, is coming back, but it's Michael Myers with the sheet over his head, pretending to be a ghost, wearing the boyfriend's glasses. And she goes, "See anything you like?"
See anything you like?
That literally is my favorite line in that whole movie. She is hysterical in it. I've heard, now I'm not a professional horror movie critique, but I've heard that she got cast in the role just because of the way she said totally.
It's totally insane. I'll be totally wiped out. I'll be totally never show. Totally charted. Totally.
Totally.
Totally silly.
Yeah, it's totally dark. She's totally not here.
So I thought that's kind of cool too, back in the day. Anyway, I love Halloween. I watch it every year. And once again, another one of my comfort movies. Next, we have number 3, The Conjuring. Now, I love the entire Conjuring universe, but The Conjuring, the first one, really just, I feel like, took horror to another level in the period of time that it was at and what people could expect. I feel like it kind of was a little bit shocking to people, especially the fact that it's a true story, or aspects of it are based off of a true story. I remember I didn't see it in theaters when it came out because I think I was still a little too young to go see an R-rated scary movie at the theaters. But I remember we got it on Redbox, like I think a year after it came out, or whenever the DVDs come out after the movie has aired in theaters. And me, my mom, and my sister were watching it. It was like just us by ourselves. We had all the lights off and we were watching it and like covering our faces with the pillows because it was like, it's actually a pretty scary movie. And even when I watch it back today, I know it by heart at this point. I've seen it so many times, but there still are parts that I'm like, wow, that's actually really scary. What I like about this one, in later of the Conjuring universe movies, they do kind of rely on the jump scares a little heavier than the original one. But this original movie, there really isn't a lot of jump scare moments, but they have you feeling like there's going to be. There's these moments of anticipation where you feel like, oh, there's going to be a jump scare, and then there's not.
Oh my God. It's standing right behind you.
I personally find even more exciting because you have your audience like on the edge of their seat waiting for something to happen, and then it doesn't. So you just like keep this building dread throughout the movie. But I love that it's a period piece. I love period pieces, and I love that the acting, the special effects, the makeup is all really, really great in it. It's a great storytelling horror movie as well, but with also some very scary things. The scariest scene, because like, I'm not gonna say my favorite scene. Who has a favorite scene from The Conjuring? You have to be kind of sick, right? But for me, the part that scared me the most, other than obviously when they're doing the exorcism on the mother, and like you see just like her eyeball coming out of the sheet with all this blood.
I command you to reveal yourself!
The obvious most scary part, and literally we were like pillows when we watched it the first time. But the part that scared me even more, I feel like I sometimes get scared more by things that aren't so over the top but that are more subtle. I don't know if that's just because I watch a lot of horror movies, but the more subtle scary things get to me more. So I'm gonna tell you the part for me that was the scariest, is the sisters, two of the sisters are in the bedroom and they see the witch, I think it's supposed to be, on top of the dresser, and she jumps down onto the sister, and you just see for like a brief second, just like a little flash of her, and then it's just like, woof. Oh, like just talking about it like gave me the chills. That's such a scary like moment. Like I said, it's not like too over the top. We just get a tiny little glimpse, and then the rest is just like her screaming from the room. So we are left with our imagination to wonder what's happening. I like the second and the third as well. The second I like better than the third one. I like all the Conjuring movies in the Conjuring universe. I've seen all of them, including The Curse of La Llorona, all the Annabelle movies, which we'll talk about in a second, but I just have a lot of respect for that movie franchise. I just think they've done a lot for modern day horror, and I love it. The original Conjuring started it all. Alrighty, next, we're moving on to number 4, Paranormal Activity. Oh, I love a found footage movie. Found footage horror is probably, I want to say, my favorite horror genre. Found footage, I feel like, makes it feel that much more real. You feel that much more invested. You feel that much more connected to what's happening because you're no longer a viewer watching something that was filmed on a screen. You're watching it through the lens of the people who experienced it, which I think makes it more intimate, which makes it more scary. So found footage in that way is definitely my personal favorite genre of horror. And Paranormal Activity is one of the forerunners, other than another movie, which we will get to later in my list. But Paranormal Activity, they just do it so well. All of the movies, I've seen every single one. They're all so good, and I love how the stories intertwine with each other and they kind of build on the characters. Even if the characters aren't necessarily related to each other, the same universe and all the things, all the evil workings that are happening are working together. Like you can see the puzzle pieces as you watch it. I did a rewatch when I got my wisdom teeth out over the summer. Lauren and I watched all of them. Like I think we did in order or chronological order. I can't remember. I think we did them in order. And just rewatching them, there's so much attention to detail throughout all of the movies. The storytelling is just so good. I think my personal favorite from the series is the marked ones. And that one kind of is a little bit of an offshoot from the other ones. I just feel like the kids are really funny that are in the movies.
Oh my god! Just do it! 2, 3, go!
So it gives you that sense of humor as well as that terrifyingness. And they just make everything look so real in these movies. I don't really have a part that like scared me the most. I think it's anytime they go to the grandma of Katie and the sister. Forget the sister's name right now. But the grandma, whenever they go to her house and like everything gets really crazy. Oh, okay, I can think of a scene that I think scared me the most. So when the boy from the marked ones goes to this house, the grandma's house, and he gets like into parallel universes and he ends up watching when the sister kills her boyfriend Mika, or like that moment. Ooh, scary. That's like a very scary part. You're like, oh my gosh, it's all connected. So yeah, that's just a really great overall series. once again, for horror, Paranormal Activity, I love it. Literally, I'm talking about all these movies and I'm like, I just want to have a marathon of every single one that I'm talking about right now, especially because it's raining. Maybe after this, I will pick one to watch. Leave in the comments below which one you think I should watch today. And we have number 5 next, the one that I should have put this movie ahead of Paranormal Activity, but I thought of Paranormal Activity first and then I thought of this one. So I just kind of went with what my brain was telling me, what my heart was saying. I can't pick between my favorite children. They're all my favorite. Is the Blair Witch Project. Now this was I believe, the very first found footage horror film ever. And it came out, I want to say either late 90s or early 2000s, like very old. And a lot of people were terrified of it because they didn't realize that it was a movie. They thought it was like an actual real thing that happened. And it is filmed in such a way that you really could believe that it is real. This is one of those movies that you don't really get to see a lot of what happens. And there's not like a big cast, but I feel like that makes it all the more terrifying. The fact that we don't really get to see what's happening, that it's like filmed on a camcorder where you can't really make out things, especially when they're running. It's like very shaky. If you do have motion sickness, I would not recommend this movie because you will get very nauseous. But yeah, it just feels very real. The acting is great.
I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them.
And I love that it's literally, I mean, other than a few people in the beginning, it's a cast of 3 that really just carries this whole story by themselves. And I think that's really quite commendable for any cast of 3 people pretty much on camera the whole time. Yeah, that's very impressive to me. So the scariest thing for me in this movie is when the map gets lost. And they're like, I mean, they really were kind of lost before the map got lost, but the map gets lost and they all just like start completely panicking. And like for me, one of my biggest fears is getting like stuck somewhere or lost somewhere, especially if it's like an enclosed space. At least they're outdoors, but they basically are enclosed because where are they gonna go? So for me, that's just like, oh my God, like I can't even imagine how terrified I would be in that situation, especially because the map is now lost. So any hope that they had of figuring out where they were going to be was completely gone at that point. So
I kicked that map into the creek yesterday. It was useless. I kicked that into the creek.
that for me is the scariest part of the Blair Witch Project. Number 6, another found footage movie, you can really tell it's my favorite, is As Above, So Below. And this was one of the more, okay, so I've watched horror movies like since I was like 6 or 7. I would sneak them because whenever my parents would be anywhere or like I had the TV to myself, I would like find any scary movie on that I could find. I don't know, I've just always been drawn to scary movies. They're like fun. I don't go on roller coasters, so for me, like scary movies are like that adrenaline that people get like when they're on a roller coaster. That's me. And I just feel like they're fun, they're edgy, I don't know. Anyway, so As Above, So Below was one of the first like horror movies that I've watched like as an adult that actually scared me a lot. Yeah, I watched it in a group of people and it was still like very terrifying. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you do so. There may be some, yeah, there probably will be some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want spoilers, go ahead and fast forward right now. But I love archaeology as well. I wanted to be an Egyptologist as a kid. So this is very like Indiana Jones if he was a woman, but searching for like, well, I guess Indiana Jones did search for things that didn't really were mythical. So she's looking for basically the sorcerer's stone that her dad was looking for, and he committed suicide trying to find it, because they say whoever searches this like goes crazy. But she's very determined, smart.
I have a PhD in urban archaeology, a master's in chemistry, and another PhD in symbology. I'm also fluent in 4 spoken languages and 2 dead ones. And I am a black belt in Krav Maga, so watch out.
And she ends up finding where she thinks it might be, and it's in the catacombs in France. So she finds someone that's able to guide her, and his name is Papillon.
That's me. It's the classic Pap.
And so he's been down there, he kind of knows his way around like the places you're not supposed to go. Now they do have tours of the catacombs, but this is like in the not safe areas where the police don't want you to go. But you can get to it like through little like rain sewers. I don't know what they're called. Those things. Vent sewers, yeah, right? So they get down there. And the movie has some really messed up stuff. There's like these dark figures with hoods that you can't really see just sitting or walking around. Part where they come in and there's all these weird people with candles like singing in really creepy ways. But for me, like I said, sometimes like the really subtle things scare me more than like the things that are supposed to be scary. Is they are down there and he shows them when they first go in, oh, that's my tag. Like he tags PAP, short for Papillon. And they go down there and they go in a spot that he says he's never been before. It's like super far in at this point, and they're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And they're like, I thought you said you had never been there before. And there was his tag on the wall.
I've never been here, okay?
What the hell is this then?
People just tag your name on the wall. I swear I've never been here. I didn't do this, okay?
Who did it then?
I don't know.
Like for me, that's the scariest part. And it's like, ah! Once again, the like being stuck in a small enclosed space, terrifying. But yeah, that's like such a good movie. Highly recommend, highly, highly, highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's fantastic. Number 7, we have Annabelle. I know we kind of already talked about the Conjuring universe, but I feel like Annabelle needed to have its own moment. So if you've seen the original Conjuring, they open the movie with Ed and Lorraine Warren talking about the Annabelle doll and the Annabelle case.
We are beyond terrified. We don't know what's going on or what to do. Can you help us?
Yes, we can.
This movie, which was a real case in real life, the real Annabelle doll is actually a Raggedy Ann doll, and it is in Ed and Lorraine Warren's, I guess you could call it a museum for the paranormal. It is still there to this day, and that is absolutely terrifying. So, but in the movie they make her look like this creepy looking glass doll, which I feel like is even a little less scary, to be honest, than it just being a normal Raggedy Ann doll. But to each their own. You have to make it look scary for the movies. The Annabelle movie, I feel like, does a really good job with storytelling, especially. All of the Conjuring movies do, but I feel like this one really just builds up. But there also are a lot of terrifying things that happen. I feel like you get to see more things in this movie. They're kind of like giving us, so Conjuring, they gave us like a little piece of cheese, and in this one they're giving us like more little breadcrumbs leading us to a bigger piece of cheese, if we were mice. So that's how I feel about this one. The acting is really good once again. I love that it's a period piece once again. All of this took place in like the 60s and 70s, some of them going into the 80s. So this one's a really good movie. All of the Annabelle movies are really, really good. I feel like some of them, like I said, start to get a little reliant on the the jump scares, but this one I feel like was kind of staying away from that for the most part. There are a couple in there, but the most scary part to me is when the mom, I forget her name, Emma, maybe? Something like that. Anyway, the lady with the blonde hair, the mom of the little baby. She goes down to like the basement in their apartment or like their storage area to get something. And then as she's like on her way back, you can like, something's following her. And at first you like see like its hand or whatever. And like, you can like see the demon and then it like goes like at her. That to me is like so scary because that was the first time like in these movies that we really got to like see it. Like in The Conjuring, that part that I was talking about where it jumps down from the dresser, that's like not as intense as like the full on like, here it is, here's what it looks like. And once again, it's not like for a long time, just a little bit longer. Each time we get to see like a little bit more. So they leave us like wanting and excited for the next movie. So all the Annabelle movies are great. I think that one, Annabelle Comes Home, is really good. All of them are really, really good. Anyway, that is Annabelle. Number 8, we have It. And if you just say that, people will be like, oh my gosh. So I actually, funny story, my dad let me watch It with him when I was about 7 years old. So I've grown up very afraid of clowns. I just think they're so creepy.
Hi, Georgie. Aren't you going to say hello?
I did read the book. I'm a huge Stephen King fanatic, so I've read like most of the very popular ones. I'm getting into the more lesser known ones right now. But It was a fantastic read. I highly recommend, if you like to read scary things, highly recommend It. But the movie, I'm talking about the original one. The new one was good. It was good, but like you can't beat the original, I feel like. So the original was terrifying, the root of so many of our trauma as children. The guy who played It, his name is escaping me at the moment. But he was also in Rocky Horror, also Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Oh my gosh, what is his name? It'll come to me at some point. But he is absolutely terrifying as Pennywise. And I just... Tim Curry, thank you.
Finger.
Tim Curry. I could not think of his name for the life of me. Lauren just yelled it from the other room, so that was gonna bother me. When I get on camera, I literally, names are like, who, what? Like, I don't know, maybe that's like my nervous tick. I don't get too nervous on camera, which is nice, but I do like names go out the window completely for me. That's my nerves. I forget everybody's name other than my own, hopefully. So It, I feel like in the book, and the movie kind of gives you a small little taste of it. I think it's like a 1,300 to 1,500 page book. It's like insanely long. So in that, there's so much like character development and story development. Like you really feel like you know each of the kids as they grow up and each of the kids as adults. Like you get to know them very well. Like you feel like they're your friends, like you're part of the Losers Club.
Yeah, the Losers Club.
Yeah.
You want in?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So I feel like the movie, the original movie, did a lot better of a job doing that. The new movie, I feel like the kids, the chapter 1, they really did that. Like you could feel the bond between the kids, but I feel like the cast that they picked for the adult, everyone acted greatly. I just didn't feel the connection as much as I do with the cast of the original movie. I feel like they picked a group of actors that probably really gelled maybe in real life, or they were just really good at pretending they did. So it's a really good watch. It's super long. I was brave and I watched it by myself this October. So, I mean, I guess you could say I'm not scared of anything now. Watched it by myself. But I think the scariest part for me from it is when Beverly's in her bathroom and she hears like people calling to her from the drain and like the blood starts coming up.
Closer, Beverly. We all want to meet you. We love, no.
And her dad comes in and he can't see it. And he's literally like putting it on her face. But he has no idea because the adults can't see it, only the kids can. So that for me was always the scariest part. In the new movie, it's really crazy too. It's like full on like Carrie or something. Ooh, I forgot about Carrie. Ooh, another good one. Great book. Number 9. This was so hard to just pick 10, you guys. Like, I have so many. Like, after I made my list, I was like, oh my gosh, I should have put this one. I should have put that one. So maybe we'll have to do a part 2. Maybe we'll see. But number 9, Get Out. I think it's Jordan Peele, I want to say. Like I said, names, what are names? But I think it's Jordan Peele. And this movie was so effed up in like a really entertaining way. There's great comedy in it. One of the actors was also in The Handmaid's Tale, the dad of the daughter. He's fantastic. I love him as an actor. Everyone in that movie just did such a great job. The whole time, I like that you're left kind of guessing until the very end, like what exactly is going on. I remember watching it in theaters for the first time and just being like, where are we going with this? I like kind of being left guessing like that. Yeah, it's just like there's so many like twists and turns and you're like, what are these people up to? What are they on about? Who's involved? Who's not?
Where are those keys, Rose?
You know I can't give you the keys, right, babe?
So if you haven't seen it, highly recommend once again. But my favorite part, this is my favorite part, not the most scary part, because to me, this wasn't a terrifying movie and it had very great like social commentary about it as well. So I kind of liked that there was like an underlying message through it as well. But I think my favorite is when his friend saves him at the very end. He pulls up and you think it's like a cop and that he's gonna get in trouble or whatever. And then he goes, TSA, and like, you know, he's like his friend coming to save the day. His friend is just so funny. I forget his name in the movie. Like I said, names. What are names? Who are people?
How you find me?
I'm TSA. We handle shit. That's what we do. Consider this situation. Handle.
That's just like the best moment at the very end, because you're like, all this like traumatic stuff just happens and then here we go with the comedic relief at the end. So very good movie. I actually own that one on DVD. That's how much I like it. So which brings us to number 10. So I wanted to pick a newer-ish movie to put on this list because nothing's really like that recent. So this is one that I watched a while ago that I absolutely loved, is The Menu. And there's so many other ones that I could have put here. I could have put like, you know, Amityville Horror or like one of the classics, but I just felt like I needed something fresh and new in this list. And The Menu, I feel like, was so well done. So interesting. The cinematography was absolutely stunning.
Our first course is called The Island. On your plate are plants from around the island, placed on rocks from the shore
Like literally, I'm like, I could take a picture of that and put it up in my house somewhere. Stunning. The costuming, stunning. Everything was just absolutely perfection. There's like, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, it's a little bit funny.
Would you like some?
Shallots.
Shallots for the great foodie. It's actually quite bad.
I think when I looked it up, because I was like, is this a thriller or a horror? It says horror comedy, and I think it's like a kind of a comedy, like in the old sense, but it also has like that, I don't know, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. I think it's on Amazon Prime, and I think Hulu as well. But if you haven't seen it, you might want to like go to the very end of the video. I probably won't give too many spoilers, but the movie is just... One thing I will say, I wish there was a little bit more character development. That is the only critique that I have. But because when things happen to people, you don't really care because you don't really know them. But that might have been the intent of that choice. So we don't know. And movies can only be so long. So I just feel like every step of the movie, I was like wondering, where's this gonna go? Where's this gonna go? And things just kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier until like at the end, it's like, so it kept me guessing, which is hard to do because I feel like a lot of, especially newer horror, I'm like, okay, I can already see where this is going and I can already guess. But this one did keep me guessing, kept me interested. The little sprinkling of facts here and there was super interesting. But my favorite scene is towards the end. It's like this super fancy restaurant and she asks him for a cheeseburger.
A real cheeseburger.
Well, I'll make you a very good, very traditional cheeseburger.
I don't think you can.
I'll make you feel as if you're eating the first cheeseburger you ever ate. The cheap one your parents could barely afford.
And it gets revealed earlier that he used to be a cheeseburger chef. That's how he started cooking. And just her floating away on the boat, because like I said, spoiler, she finally escapes, and her just like eating her cheeseburger, watching the whole place like explode is like such a great moment for me. And I think that's where it doesn't take itself too seriously, but like I loved it. I really did love it. And I've watched it a few times. So for me to watch a movie like that a few times says a lot, especially with newer horror. I am kind of a classic early 2000s, 2010s, 70s and 80s kind of girl. So this is a newer movie and I really did enjoy it. So those are my top 10. I literally could have done probably top 20, top 30. There's so many good horror movies to add. So if you would like, you can go ahead and tell me what your favorite horror movie is down below. And if I haven't seen it, I'll definitely try to give it a watch. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go ahead and like this if you liked it and want to see more content from me. Subscribe, please subscribe. Ding the bell, do all the things, tag your friends, send this to somebody you know. Am I wrong about any of these movies? Like, do you have some of the same opinions? Let me know in the comments. I really am curious to like hear what other people have to say about these kind of movies, and they're not for everybody. So, but I hope you have a very spooky day and I hope you have a wonderful one. Bye!